Hey there, welcome back to Temple of the Holy Beard. I'm Pastor Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Haven't made many videos lately. I apologize for that, but I'm gonna try to get back on the wagon and get back in the habit of making them on a regular basis again. So stay tuned. I've got a couple in line that I want to get out to you soon. So I hope you enjoy them. But this video in particular, I'm going to be reading an article and giving some commentary on it. So I'm going to paraphrase the article as usual to try to, I don't know, put it in my own words somewhat. But this one might upset some people. Um, so this article comes from blaze.com, was published on December 7th, 2022, so it was a little while ago, but like I said, I'm trying to get caught up on things. This article is titled, Governor Greg Abbott from Texas bans use of TikTok on Texas government-issued devices over communist China surveillance concerns. I don't know if you've heard much about that, but like I said, between this video and I have a couple more on these topics soon, I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more. Hope you enjoy it. Personal security is definitely something that everybody should keep in mind for a lot of different reasons. I'm going to get into some of them here in just a moment. So stay tuned and stick with me till the end. I know this might get a little boring to some people, but just stick with me to the end. I've got a couple extras for you. Okay, moving on. Republican Governor Greg Abbott ordered a ban of the use of the popular TikTok social media application among Texas state employees and agencies over concerns about communist Chinese surveillance. TikTok has over 80 million users in the US, but experts have warned the public that the company that owns the platform has strong ties to Chinese Communist Party, Chinese government, and has very invasive digital behavior. In other words, they do some pretty invasive stuff on your computers, monitoring and trying to get things from you or use things, collect information. Abbott issued a press release about the order on Tuesday, saying, quote, TikTok harvests vast amount of information of data from its users' devices, including when, where, and how they conduct internet activity, and offers this trove of potentially sensitive information to the Chinese government. End quote. Um, he went on to explain, while TikTok has claimed that it stores U.S. data within the U.S., the company admitted in a letter to Congress that Chinese-based employees can have access to U.S. data. It has also been reported that ByteDance, which is the company that owns TikTok, plan to use TikTok location information to surveil individual American citizens. Abbott, end quote. Abbott has ordered that TikTok be removed from all government-issued devices used by officers and employees, including all computers, tablets, and desktop computers. He went on to say, quote, further, under China's 2017 national intelligence law, all businesses are required to assist China in intelligence work, including data sharing, and TikTok's algorithm has already censored topics politically sensitive to the Chinese Communist Party, including the Tiananmen Square protests, end quote. Abbott is not the first governor to ban the app for state employees. Republican Governor Kristi Bohm banned TikTok in South Dakota in November. Said, quote, she tweeted, quote, South Dakota is banning TikTok for state government. We will have no part in intelligence gathering for China, a nation that hates America, end quote. The state of Maryland has also banned TikTok, as well as these other states, and a number of other states, I'm sure. I don't have a list in front of me of all of them that have, but I'm sure there's quite a few that are working on measures to ban it, even if they haven't already. Experts warned that TikTok might be used by the Chinese Communist Party to obtain sensitive and personal information from the cell phones of U.S. citizens that can be used later to blackmail or otherwise undermine its victims. Even the U.S. government is considering banning TikTok as a whole, and some individual agencies already have. While a number of other countries have already banned it, to protect their citizens. So, in other words, there's a number of other countries that recognize how how invasive and unacceptable the behavior is. They've already banned it, but the U.S. hasn't done so. A little behind the curve. It does take time, though, in their defense. It does take time to build legislation and get it all passed to do something like this. It's normal for the laws and the regulations to be a good ways behind the technology. So stay tuned. Like I said earlier, TikTok collects extensive information about the user, their location, their habits, their computer, and other apps, software installed, as well as biometric information and identifiable information. Simply dancing in a TikTok video and posting it out there is providing the TikTok company and by proxy the Chinese government your biometric information. Even just looking at the video, they could pick up your eyes, your voice prints, number of other things, which could be bad. I mean, that's as bad as your fingerprints. And they provide that information to the Chinese government for surveillance purposes, even though the company has an American CEO and is trying to say that they protect the American people because it's an American CEO, the data is stored in America. As I'm sure you know, if it's on the internet, it's available worldwide. I would argue universally, as long as there's a connection to it across the internet, it's available. It's just a matter of whether or not somebody has permissions or is able to hack into it. But I digress. The company claims that since their data centers are outside of China, this means the Chinese government is unable to access the information and they're not required to share it. However, like I said, it doesn't matter where the data is stored these days. It can be shared with anyone in any place. While countries and organizations are fighting to protect from TikTok, more and more people are joining the app with no concern for their privacy. By the time it's fully understood why TikTok wants this information and what they plan to use it for, it'll likely be too late. Once the information is collected and stored, you can't take it back. Once it's there, it's there. This information can be used in a number of ways, from innocent advertising and marketing targeting to identity theft to planning cyber attacks. These concerns are not just for TikTok, but for all social media and any other organization that collects and stores personal information. You should always be leery of any organization that wants to store your personal information. If this company is using the information responsibly, what do you think will happen when the collected data gets out to a less honest group? So yeah, I mean, if the big question is, if TikTok's not sharing this data with the Chinese government or any other government for that matter, and not doing anything nefarious with it, then why are they collecting it at all? Ask yourself that. What do they need this information for? Why are they collecting it? It's very easy to create a video and just put it up there and make it available for people. Why do they have to create algorithms that put it all together and then store it in a way that relates that information to that user? It's not just sharing a dance video. It's actually collecting everything it possibly can about each individual and storing it on an individual basis. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this may not make any sense to a lot of people, but even just as simple as, like I said, saving, your name, address, telephone number, whatever data they can get off your phone, your friends list, they're connecting it all together. Picture a map worldwide of how each individual person collects together. There's been reports of one person getting in trouble and then all of their friends get investigated because they're linked together because they know each other. Why do they need to do that? If you're not a suspect, why are they going to be investigating you? If you're not, why are they collecting your information if they're not going to use it against you? Why do they need that? Why do they have to keep it for the individual? Like I said, if it was collected on an anonymous basis, let's say that they just kept movement information so that they could program some sort of a robot to, redo these dance moves or something like that. They wouldn't need to combine that information with your name, your address, your phone number, your biometric information, your voice prints. It doesn't make any sense. So think about that. I want to hear your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Do you use TikTok? Does someone use TikToks? people that that do use it, do they have any concern for privacy? I mean, there's a lot of people that are living life in the matrix, no concern for everything. They, think everything is, is all peachy, and nobody's going to do anything bad, and then can't understand how they could have possibly had their identity stolen. Your information's out there anyway in one form or another, but we don't need a company like this collecting everything they possibly can about you. So, I applaud these government organizations for, at a minimum, acting within their authority, and banning it within their own companies. Well, for one thing, from a taxpayer standpoint, we're paying for these people's salaries. We're paying for that individual to go do their job because they're a government employee. So why do they need access to TikTok? They're going to be surfing the videos or creating and uploading videos on their government issued computer system that we paid for. We pay them to do a job. They should do the job during those hours. They can surf TikTok and post videos on their personal phone on their off time if they choose to, but not on the stuff that we paid for them to use to do a job we're paying them to do. See what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, I applaud these governments for taking the action that they can to protect their employees in the only way that they can. Use the power for good. So, like I said, let me know in the comments section what you think and how you feel about it. Do you think it's okay? Am I wrong? Am I right? Did I miss something? Let me know what you think. And again, I'm Pastor Dave from Temple of Holy Beard. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane, keep learning.